Hey everyone, so as you can probably see by the title, today we are going to be talking about Glas e-liquid. This is their Basix line. This was sent to me for the purposes of review, so I didn't pay for them or anything, but beyond that, I didn't receive any compensation of any sort. Okay. I just woke up not that long ago, so as usual, I am a little bit out of it, but it is what it is. So while I'm reviewing these flavors, I figured I'd kind of just talk to you guys about kind of like an update on how things are going. Because I think last time I was on, I mentioned I had spoken with a counselor about a career change and was going to be looking into things. Well, I did, and yeah. So we'll talk about that in a moment. First of all, happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. I am not a mother, thank God. But to those that are, kudos to you. I couldn't do it. My mother is actually in the hospital again. She has a lot of recurring, whatever, ongoing health issues. So more often than not, she's usually in the hospital or recovering from something. So I know it sounds very emotionless or however you want to put it. It's just, it's something that I've dealt with or something that she's been going through forever. And I don't know. I don't really want to get into it, but there's reasons for my appearance of indifference. We'll put it that way. So yeah. I've only tried one of these e-liquids, which was the blueberry cake, buttercream blueberry cake. So this is what the packaging looks like, the box. I do like the box. I think it's really cool looking. It's unique. I haven't really seen anything like it. I like that it lists like the flavor notes. It has all your information about what's in it as far as like your ratios, your strength, etc. The warning on the bottom. So yeah, I like that it has like that. This is one of the things I like the most, is that it has like the flavor notes, vanilla, blueberry, cream cake. It's nice, so you don't have to look it up on the internet. And it actually says it on the bottle as well, so it's not just on the outer packaging, because most people are not going to like keep around a box, you know. So it has it pretty much identical to the box on the actual label itself. So I don't know. I think it's unique. It kind of reminds me of, and I don't know why it does, but it reminds me of the, what is that? I always forget the name of this place. Vape Kitchen, I think that's their name. For some reason, it reminds me of them. I don't know why. Yeah, it's not a bra. It's a tank top thing. Anyway. All right, so just reading. Someone got a sample box. Yeah, I'm not naked or wearing a bra. I wouldn't do that to you guys. I value your guys' vision. So anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll start off with ones I haven't tried, which is pretty much everything else. There is sour sweet gummy candy, which is a strawberry one. Then there's a ice cold fizzy lemonade, which is lemonade, lime soda, pineapple, and ice. This has menthol in it, so I'll be doing this one of the last ones because menthol or colada, whatever, seems to linger on coils and whatnot. So I'll do that last. They have a Butterscotch Reserve, which is a tobacco. We have a sugar cookie, and my nose is itching, a cinnamon sweet sugar cookie, and we have a juicy peach Caribbean punch, which is basically peach and like punch, your standard punch flavors. So since I haven't really tried any of these, I think we'll start with the lighter flavors and then get into the bakery ones. Maybe we should start with the bakery and leave with the fruit, because the one fruit that has the menthol in it is a fruit, or the e-liquid that has the menthol in it is the fruit. So maybe we'll do it that way. All right. And like I said, I have tried the blueberry cake before, but I tried it in an RDA that I'm not familiar with, so I am going to retry that in one that I am more familiar with. I did end up getting the recurve. I don't know if I've talked about this before or showed it. I think I meant to last time, just like I meant to show these last time, and I forgot, because, you know, I get off on a tangent and forget stuff. So I did get the gold recurve. I have not tried it in squonk setup yet, which is, honestly, it's going to be better in a squonk. It just is. Dripping it has a little bit of an issue, or at least I had a little bit of an issue dripping. But it is, I think, meant and intended to squonk. So I haven't tried it like that yet. I don't squonk much. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Got a unique curvature to it. I like that. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people talk about this, but here's the drip tip that comes with it. It just looks really nice, and the deck is very unique, which is why I got it. Plus, I like the way it looked, like the curvature. I don't think I've ever seen an RDA or anything like that. There's the deck. You can see it's a little bit wet. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And I think I put the coil that came with it in there. It's a decent coil, especially for something that comes with a device, because a lot of times when you get device or equipment or whatever, a tank, the pre-made coils that come with it aren't great, but these seem to be pretty good. So yeah, we'll just leave that on that little cube for now. Anyway, I tried the blueberry cake on it. So since I'm not really familiar with how that already performs, like, is it better with fruits? Is it better with this? Is it better with that? Is it better, period? Like, is it pretty much straight across the board? I don't know. So I figure I would try it with things that I'm more familiar with, like this icon, for example. I know how it is. Like, I'm very familiar with it. So we'll start there. Plus, I wanted to vape it for you on camera, because it has been a few weeks since I've tried this. So I want it to be like a fresh opinion. I have had a e-liquid very similar to this, at least in the profile, and it's by Illusion, who is based out of Michigan. They make a lot of good e-liquid, and they have a blueberry vanilla cake that is phenomenal. Like, their blueberry is on point. Like, they nailed blueberry before like anybody else did, because they've been around for quite a while, and they had blueberry pegs back then. I think they use an in-house blueberry, like they extract it themselves, which could be why it's so much better than the other stuff that's been. That's why it was so much better compared to things that were on the market at the time. I could be wrong. I know that they extract their own cherry. They might do their own blueberry. I'm not entirely sure. So, moral of that story was, or the point of that was, I've had a similar profile to this before. I am talking about the Glas e-liquid line. It's their Basix line. Now, Glas e-liquid, if you're not familiar with who they are, they're the one that made that really good pound cake several years ago, the lemon pound cake. They came in like very fancy looking bottles that kind of look like cologne bottles or like a really fancy liqueur. That's who they are. All right. So these are going to be on the Iconic. I think I'm just going to stick to the Iconic. I have 2 of them. So maybe one I'll reserve for the bakery, one I'll reserve for the fruit. Just to keep it as consistent as possible so we're not switching between RDAs and fiddling around with that. These are 70-30, which is like the bare lowest I can go as far as VG. Getting a bit of licorice, and I don't know why. Could be the combination of the butter and the blueberry that's creating that kind of flavor, but I don't like licorice. I don't think I was getting it with the recurve when I was vaping it there. I'm going to turn the wattage up since it is a bakery. They can tend to be better with higher wattages. Still a little bit licoricey. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, it tastes like licorice. Like, why? I don't really know. First, I'm getting licorice, like a black licorice. Then I get a little bit of like the buttercream or a butteriness. Not getting much blueberry, but I think it's the blueberry and the butter that's creating this black licorice, which is weird. Unless there is licorice in there, it's possible. Some Italian pastries and bakery items will have licorice in them. Like Flavor Art likes to add black licorice to things, or anise, whatever. But the weird thing is I was not getting a licorice note from the recurve at all. I don't remember what I think I changed the flavor I was vaping in here because I wanted to vape something I was familiar with. But in the recurve, I was not getting the licorice thing. So I don't know. I will say I'm not a big fan of bakery vapes in general. I just find them too heavy. It's just not my thing to vape. It's okay. I'm getting the anise. I don't recall because I did watch Fagan's review of these just out of curiosity. I don't think I watched anybody else's. But he didn't seem to get that note. So maybe it's just me. I am a very sensitive person. I pick up on a lot of things that other people don't, and I'm very picky. So bear all of that in mind. It is very flavorful. Like, it's definitely not muted in flavor by any means, which also could actually be a problem for me because I am so sensitive to flavors. That's why you don't really see me talking about commercial e-liquid that much, because in general, don't really care for it. I will say it's not overly sweet, which is good. It is definitely sweet, but it's not like super sickeningly sweet, which is good because a lot of commercial e-liquids are, and that's another reason I don't like them. Oh, hi. Hey, Andrew. What's up? Talking about these Glas e-liquids. Next one is this cinnamon sweet sugar cookie. And the notes in here are vanilla, cinnamon, and cookie, as you could imagine. These probably would be best in a tank. For me, anyway. Because the tank can be better as far as, like, if something's a little bit too flavorful or you prefer things on the lighter end. Not that it necessarily mutes things, but kind of. Dripper or tanks these days, though, are pretty good as far as flavor, like especially compared to like when I started vaping, like pro tanks and shit. Now, mind you, they were like the best that were out, but compare those to anything now, not really much of a comparison. I probably will have to break in between these. They are 3 milligram, and I typically vape half of that. And lately, I've been actually doing lower, or trying to wean myself back lower, because, and this kind of segues full circle to what I started talking about in the beginning, is I had mentioned that I was going to look into phlebotomy. And if you don't know what that is, because I didn't know the term either, it's essentially you're a professional blood taker. Like that's pretty much the extent of your job, extracting blood, whatever. That's like a very condensed version of it. So I am starting class for that next Saturday. So less than a week from now. It happened very quickly. If I didn't get in now, I'd have to wait until July 14th. I didn't really want to wait that long, so I kind of just jumped into it. Also, my friend who, and I think I mentioned her a few times, she's the one I go to the massages with. She just got her degree in nursing. So she's actually going to do the class with me because I guess she's not very good at blood taking. So that's cool too. That I'll have already somebody I know with me. The only thing that sucks is, and I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but like, not only am I going to be drawing other people's blood, which I already obviously knew, they're going to be drawing my blood and like pricking me, and not super excited about that because I have very deep veins. Like you can't see, I don't know if I'm even in frame because I have my shit covered, but yeah, like you can't see nothing. Like my veins are deep and they always have issues getting my blood. Like every single time. There's only been one person in the history of me that like was able to get my blood, didn't hurt, and didn't bruise. And that was at, I think it was University Hospital, I think. But like that was her job. She was what I would be doing. That's all she did all day was take blood. So she was very good at it. But I always bruise. It's always painful. So I'm not looking forward to that. The point of bringing that up is certain hospitals around here test for nicotine. So if I want to get into those hospitals, I can't vape nic. So I'll have to go back full circle again to when I started vaping and not vape nicotine anymore, which sucks. But quite frankly, I need something different. I need a career. And what I have now is not. I'm getting to the age where I should probably past the age where I need to like really concentrate on that and find something that I'm not miserable doing and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I already got my scrubs. I had to buy maroon scrubs. They're in the wash right now. Yeah, it's 7 weeks long, so it's a very short course comparatively. That was like one thing about me going back to school. I really didn't want to do it long term again. So I just got out of like 2+ years, which I know is not long really compared to a lot of other people. But on top of a full-time job, it's just a lot. And I didn't want to do that again. And my degree in computers didn't really help at all. So I didn't want to like do all that again. So do you have thrombosis? I have no idea what that is. Obviously I'm a bigger girl, so that probably doesn't help now, but like even when I was thin, it was always an issue. I don't know. I don't know if there's a specific reason, but It's just what it is. All right, so this cinnamon sweet sugar cookie, the cinnamon in it, thankfully, is a bakery cinnamon. It's not like a candy red hot cinnamon, which I don't, it's not that I don't like it, it's just, it has its own very specific set of usefulness. Like, typically when you're eating a bakery item, you don't want it to taste like a cinnamon red hot. At least that's just my opinion of it. So it definitely has like a more bakery cinnamon type thing. It does say that it has custard in it. It says it's a dessert / custard. Maybe that's just the category. I don't know. I don't see any custard listed as an ingredient, so maybe it's just the category. I don't know. And again, it's not overly sweet. I mainly just get like a sweet. I mean, it is what it is. It's a cinnamon sugar cookie, bordering like a snickerdoodle if you've had those. But the snickerdoodles are a little bit more buttery, whereas this isn't overly buttery. So it's like a less buttery snickerdoodle, really. But yeah, I was gone all day. First, we went scrub shopping, and then we had lunch, which lunch was kind of disappointing. And then we hung out at her house the rest of the day, mainly playing video games. I didn't get home until like almost midnight. And my sister texted me, and she's like, and it scared the shit out of me because apparently I didn't have her current phone number. So I just got this phone number from a random unknown number, the picture of her, like her face, and then the next message was, "Your cat is pitiful." And I'm like, oh my God, like what is going on here? So I'm like, who is this? And she's like, LOL, it's your sister. And it scared me. Like I didn't know if like somebody just, because I mean Momo at this point is like all over social media. Like you can screen capture her on YouTube and Instagram and all that. So I'm like, did someone just took a random picture of my cat and like message me? I know it's like a stupid thing for your mind to jump to because like how would they get my number? But it's like I just didn't understand why the number would be unknown because I thought I had everyone's updated number, but apparently not. But yeah, I guess she was crying all day and she just wouldn't stop. So the Happy Mother's Day brought that to my mind. That's where that came from. It wasn't completely random. But yeah, I don't know what her deal is. Like I was gone for 5 days when I was in Detroit and she wasn't doing that. But then I'm gone one day and she's like flipping out. I don't know. She's a weird cat. All right, so this next one is the creamy RY4 Butterscotch Reserve tobacco. The notes are butterscotch, RY4 tobacco, and caramel, which, again, is pretty self-explanatory by the name. A lot of times people will add caramel to butterscotch. They just seem to work well with each other to like give each other like body and certain notes that come out of each one. So that combination is pretty common. Again, not really my thing. Like the fruits are definitely more my speed. I love tobacco, but generally when I vape tobacco, they're not like super sweet and I don't put a bunch of like bakery notes in it. Like I'm not a bakery vapor. But I gotta give all these a shot. And the liquid is clear. I don't know if you can tell, because I mean the bottles are dark, obviously, but like you can see it through the top of the bottle. So they're not like heavily oxidized, which will happen typically if there's either a ton of sweetener added or a bad nicotine. It'll oxidize your stuff. So these are clear. So that's good. And these have been steeping for probably about a month now, just since I've gotten them. And I don't know how long before that they've been made. They don't really say anywhere. But the moral of the story about that is if they were going to oxidize, they probably would have by now. So that's good, because that's something that I look for in a e-liquid is, does it turn my wick crazy colors? Because I don't like when e-liquid oxidizes really quickly, because it tends to gunk coils up, and then it forces me to re-wick, like, you know, at least every day or multiple times a day, and I don't like that. And mind you, I'm not super hip on RY4s either. All right, so this one is very, and I know it's supposed to be butterscotch, but it's like a darker, deeper butterscotch. So it's not like those round golden candies that like older people tend to have in their candy dish. They're not like those super bright butterscotch. It's not like that. It's more of a deep, rich, darker butterscotch. So comparatively, it'd be like brown sugar compared to like white sugar. So it's definitely more of like a brown sugar. I don't really get much butterscotch though. To me, it comes across more of as a caramel, like a dark caramel. And these are smooth. I'm not getting like any like horrific. I'm not really getting a throat hit really at all, which I like. I don't like throat hit at all. So that's good. There's no stinging. There's no unpleasantness. I'm not feeling woozy or anything like that. So whatever nick they're using is a better quality version. This one is very sweet. Way too sweet and rich for me. But if you like RY4s, especially sweet RY4s, you'd probably really like this. It's just a little bit too much for me. But yeah, it's definitely not bad. It's just not really my profile. Where is my other icon? Is it in the drawer? That's the problem with me trying to organize. Sometimes it can like work against me, because then I don't know where crap is. Whereas if it's just randomly placed, I tend to know where it is. But I found it, so no worries. All right, so we're gonna use my other icon for the rest of these fruit flavors. These are the ones I'm more excited about because again, it's more among what I vape. So yeah. What are we gonna start with? I think we're gonna start with the sour sweet strawberry gummy. And this has sweet strawberry, sour gummy, and mixed berries. So again, their flavor or their the names for their e-liquids are pretty much self-explanatory. They're not anything like abstract to where like if you read the name, you're not really going to know what's in it. Like they're pretty straightforward. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not butterscotch heavy in my opinion. But again, if you like RY4s, I think you would like it. Now, as far as pricing, since I'm on the site, it's $16.95 for a 60 mil. So it's about standard. Well, I mean, 60 mil. Yeah, it's not on the higher end, which is good because honestly, you can pay that much for a 30 mil for certain brands. So it's not like super cheap, but it's not super expensive. It's just kind of like in the middle as far as that goes. Purple artificial flower in the right back corner by your fan. Oh God. I hated the flowers on my wall. I really do. I look at old videos where I was in the other room. Like I already look young. I don't need flowers in my background. If I recall correctly, Fagan really liked this one. And we do tend to have a very similar opinion on strawberry vapes. Like Mullenberry has the strawberry. That's amazing. But it's unique to their e-liquid. Like they don't sell a flavoring of it. But we both really like that one. So I'm hoping that we share the same opinion on this one. We shall see. I need a drip tip. I'm going to turn the wattage down because it really shouldn't need to be super high. Well, high for me, which isn't very high at all. There's a note in here that I really like. I don't know what it is. It might be the sour additive if they used one. I don't know what they used to make it quote unquote sour. I'm not really getting sourness from it, but I'm getting like a powderiness, for lack of a better term. It's not like a straight up fizziness, but it's like bordering fizziness. I definitely can taste other berries in addition to strawberry. I want to say maybe raspberry. Yeah, this is definitely more along the lines of what I would vape. It's very flavorful, bordering too flavorful for me. Again, it's sweet, but not overly sweet. I don't know that I get gummy from it, though. I get more of like a hard candy, which isn't bad. I just don't get gummy from it. But gummy or like any kind of texture is hard to get in vapes because it's just vape. It's not like you're eating it, which is where you would get texture from. You're just vaping it. So I don't know that I get gummy. It's like a hard strawberry candy with a little bit of raspberry in it. And I'm not really getting sourness from it. But I don't really, there's only been a couple of e-liquids that I've vaped that are actually genuinely sour. Again, it's something that seems to be kind of hard to replicate. But yeah, it's good. It's a, like I said, strawberry hard candy flavor. All right, so that one's done. And just so you're aware, I don't know if you can see because I don't think I'm angled down far enough. I am re-wicking these in between, so I'm not just vaping over the same wick. It's the best way to get, you know, an accurate depiction of whatever you're vaping, even though it's tedious, but it is what it is. All right, so the next one is Juicy Peach Caribbean Punch. It has peach, strawberry, apple, and pineapple. I will say most peaches don't agree with me. They give me a wicked throat hit. So I'm curious to see if this does that. This one, well, the bottle is pink. I was about to say it kind of looks pink, but yeah, the e-liquid itself, again, is clear. So that's good. But yeah, so if it wasn't, I don't know if I said when my classes are. My classes are Saturdays. You know, I work during the week. They have morning and weekend classes, but because my schedule is so weird, it doesn't allow me to do either one of those. So pretty much my entire Saturday is going to be in school for the next 7 weeks. So it's 9 to 5. I won't be on the Saturday show during that time, and I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. Because in certain situations, people have gotten a job before they're even done with the class. It's not common, but it can happen. So depending on how that goes, I want to get in somewhere ASAP. Like, I don't want to be where I'm at work-wise any longer than I have to be. I want out of there. I'm not going to go into detail as to why. I'm just not happy there. And a lot of things have been changing lately and not for the good. And I'm just really over it. And the good thing about this phlebotomy thing is I don't necessarily have to stay in phlebotomy. Like, say if I were to get into a hospital or something, which is the plan, if I find that I don't like it, or I find that I'm interested in other courses, most of the hospitals here do pay for school for you to go back to like something medically related. So I can always go back and do other things. But the few people that I've talked to and my friends talk to that do phlebotomy as their living, they really like it. So we'll see. Definitely has a throat hit. Definitely has a throat hit from that peach. But keep in mind, literally every peach that I've tried until recently does that. The only ones that I found that do not are the Wonder Flavors peach and cream and Jungle Flavors honey peach. Those are the only two that don't give me crazy throat hit. This one definitely does. I get mainly peach from this. A little bit of apple, a little bit of pineapple. I don't know that I get strawberry, but I think the strawberry is kind of blending in with the peach. It's a very fruity flavor, and the peach is more of a candied peach, like a peach rings or a peach Jolly Rancher, like a real natural peach. And it's not like overly punchy to me. Like there's like a hint of punch, but mainly I'm getting the peach. Yeah, it's not bad. I just don't tend to like peach vapes. As I said before, I'm very picky. But if you don't mind peach vapes, like if you generally just like them, I think you would like it. It's very fruity. It's not overly sweet. Yeah, it's just mainly peach. All right, this last one is the Fizzy Lemonade. It has some kind of cooling agent in it. I don't know if it's menthol or culotta. I don't tend to like either of those, but we'll see. All right, so I know I haven't been showing you the bottles, but I mean, they're pretty much the same. They're color coded, like they're different colors, but essentially the label and everything looks the same. It just has like the notes to them. This one is lemonade, lime soda, pineapple, and ice. And I love lemonade. It's one of my favorite things to vape, but I don't add cooling agent to it because I don't typically like cooling agent. Oh, and just in case you guys didn't see, there will be no mixing Vixens tonight because of Mother's Day. So be aware of that. Which works for me because honestly this week has been crazy. And I haven't even mixed the next profile yet. So I'm fine with it. It gives me like a day to not really worry about anything. So I was gone all day yesterday. Not doing a bunch of, you know, like I had fun too. So it wasn't just like all business, but I was still gone all day. Anyway, so this is the last one, the Fizzy Lemonade. Ooh, it's definitely cooling on the inhale, and it hits like right at the back of the throat. But as you continue to vape it, the initial pull of it isn't as bad, but it does linger in the back of your throat. The flavor is really nice. It's that lemonade lime soda flavor. Don't really get a whole lot of pineapple, but it's probably just an additive to enhance the other flavors. The flavor itself is actually really good. I really like lime soda in vapes. Like Flavor Art Aurora is really good. It's basically just straight up lemon lime soda. But yeah, I would say they're probably using Colada or like WS-23, like some kind of cooling agent like that, not menthol, because I don't get any kind of eucalyptus, which is good. I don't like you. That's my least favorite cooling agent is menthol. This is actually tolerable. It actually works well with the flavors, which I was actually surprised about because, like I said, generally I don't like them together. And I'm not getting like the cough drop that I usually get when you try to add fruits to, or add cooling agent to fruits. So that's good. So this is probably either my favorite. It's either this or the strawberry that I like the best out of this entire line. It's really good. And it's not, again, overly, like none of these are overly sweet except the butterscotch is pretty overwhelming. Not necessarily just with sweetness, but it's very bold and rich. Yeah, it's pretty good. The cooling effect is definitely there, but it's not off-putting. So it's definitely refreshing, like it says on the box. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like overall, they're all solid flavors. It's just some of them aren't things that I would enjoy because, again, I'm picky and I just stick to certain profiles. I'm not really into bakeries. If I had to rank them, I probably like the strawberry gummy first, but a close second is the Fizzy Lemonade that we just did. Next would be probably the sugar cookie. Then after that, the Butterscotch Reserve. After that, the Juicy Peach Punch. And the only reason that one's not higher is just because I get that throat hit from the peach, and I just don't tend to like candied peaches in vapes. And the last would be the blueberry cake, only because I'm getting that weird anise flavor from it. Not really sure why I'm getting that, but I am, and I really don't like anise. So that's pretty much it as far as the review goes. But if any of these profiles sound good to you, I would check them out. You know, if you're looking for a commercial juice. I know a lot of people that watch me are DIYers, you know, as am I. But just in case you see them, you know, check them out. If you see them at a vendor, like a vape shop or whatever, because they're good. I mean, they're a solid line. I haven't tried anything else from Glas. Like, I never tried their pound cake. But yeah, I will put a link over there as well as in the description of their website so you can check them out if you so choose to. As I said before, it's $16.95 for a 60 ml, and you have a choice between 0 and 3 milligrams, and that's it. It's a 70-30 blend, 70 VG, 30 PG. So yeah, that's about it as far as that goes. All right, so moving on. Kind of wanted to check out these. Leilani was nice enough to send me some flavorings. We do like flavoring exchanges, which the ones I bought for her should have been here by now, but they're not. So that sucks, but it is what it is. She sent me a few vape train flavors as well as random ones because I didn't really tell her exactly what I wanted. I just said, surprise me. But I haven't even smelled these yet because I got home, like I said, late last night, and these were from yesterday's mail. So I haven't even smelled them or anything. She also sent me some Flavor Art Kitchen flavors, the stuff that you can't really get readily available here anymore. And I can smell the corn. Corn is very strong. Whew, it's strong. It was supposed to be very good, but it's very overwhelming. So I got Flavor Art Milk. It's like right now all I can smell is the damn corn. Can't really smell the milk. All I smell is corn. And then Flavor Art Corn. Flavor Art Boiled Potato. That one I can kind of smell. And then Flavor Art Apple Pie. I don't know why she sent me the apple pie. I think I already have it. At least I used to, but she sent me that as well. Hello, Dave. Those are going in the Flavor Art drawer. Get away from that damn corn. Then the vape train flavors, I got croissant, English toffee, toffee ice cream, rice, sweet honey, light rum, which I think I was going to order. I don't think I actually ordered it yet. Yeah, boiled potato. Leilani is really good for the weird abstract flavors that I probably wouldn't buy myself. But that's good because I have like the boring vanilla flavors that she doesn't have. And then she has the crazy ones that I've never heard of before. Like before her, I had never even heard of Dumai. But they have some good flavors. It's just they're a little bit harder to work with because they're super strong because they're uncut. Like they're not diluted. So the VTA rice, or the vape train rice, just smells like rice, like when you're cooking rice. Let's see the toffee ice cream. Smells very buttery. Mainly I just get like a very strong butter. English toffee. Similar to the last one, but less buttery. Croissant. Smells like a... Put up my nose. Smells like a buttery pastry, which is about right. Honey, smells like honey. I really like that Flavora Honeybee. It's like by far probably the closest thing I've ever vaped to real honey. Very strong though. I'll probably end up having to dilute it because it's, if I haven't already, very, very strong. Light rum. Smells almost spicy, which is interesting. But the vape train alcohols are supposed to be very good, like very authentic. So Soho is kind of like, if you look at their description online, it's like a city. It's supposed to smell like a city. I think it's like a coffee nutty thing. I don't really know. And then she sent me Nick River meringue or meringue. Doesn't really smell like much of anything. And then strawberry marshmallow cereal, which smells like a very grainy strawberry, which is about right. And then she sent me some of the Verdict Vapor Nick Salt because I have a pod system that I haven't really tried yet because I don't have any Nick Salts on hand. And they were nice enough to send her some. So she shared with me. Because that's what we do, is we share. And then if I ever get my chef's order that I ordered a month ago, she'll get some of those. Let's see. That's about it as far as what I've gotten recently. I've been trying not to spend money on vape stuff because I don't need any more vape stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, Soho is recommended at very high percentages. I've never tried it. I think I do have it. I have not tried it. Like a lot of my flavors. And I don't feel like mixing today. I really don't. So we're not doing any single flavor testing today. Turning my fan on because I have the heater on because, I don't know, our weather's been weird. I'm not looking forward to hot weather either. We had a really bad thunderstorm in the morning. I loved it though. It was so nice. I woke up at like, I think it was 6 in the morning. Randomly, I've been waking up random times. And it was thunderstorming and it was just so nice. Like, it's so calming to me. I know it's like weird. But I absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm not like too mad at the cooler temperatures. Because, again, like I said, I'm not looking forward to the hot weather. And it's supposed to be a particularly hot summer, if the predictions are right. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Like, spring is one of my favorite seasons, fall and spring. And we haven't had much of one. Like, we'll have spring days here and there, but overall, it's just been all over the place. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, Socrates. No idea. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to talk about. I thought I would be like rambling on and on like I normally do, but I kind of got through everything pretty quickly, at least for me. There's just not much going on besides getting enrolled in school. That happened really quickly. Yeah. That's about it. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to bounce out of here because, like I said, I haven't got anything to talk about. Yeah, I just don't. I guess we could talk about Red Lobster while people are thinking of questions if they have any. It was not good. It was overpriced. Our waiter was terrible. I made mention of it on Fresh's live show because I just popped in while I was waiting on my waiter. But I don't think I like crab. I think I'm going to give it one more go. The thing is like, I like seafood, but only certain types of seafood. Like, I really like shrimp, tuna. Scallops are okay. Every now and then I like regular like cod, like that kind of fish. But beyond that, I don't know. And I was tempted to buy lobster, but the thing about Red Lobster, and I think it's kind of barbaric, is like they have like their live lobster in the front, so you can like look at them. And, like that's what you'd be eating. And I just like, I'm a type of person, it's like I don't want to see what I'm going to be eating like in its live form. Like that just does not appeal to me. And it just made me feel really bad. Like these lobsters all piled on top of each other, and their little claws are rubber banded together, and they just look like they really want to get out. I just couldn't. And it might be hypocritical because, you know, I still eat seafood, but I just don't want to see it. I just don't. I have not heard about deaths related to holistic doctors. Yeah, I'm going to school for phlebotomy. It's a 7-week course. It's pretty quick. It's one of the quickest things you can get certified in medically. That's the reason why I'm doing it. I can always go back to for other things, like as I said before, like EKG, radiology, stuff like that. I don't really want to be a nurse because I don't want to do that. At least not at this point. I might change my mind. I don't know. But talking to my friend who just went through, because she has her associates and she's either almost done with her bachelor or just did her bachelor in nursing. But from what she's mentioned about things that she's had to do and whatnot, I'm not interested in that. At least, like I said, not at this point. Things might change, but the medical field in general is something that I never really put too much thought in. It's nothing I've done before. Pretty much everything I've done previous to this has been in some kind of computer related thing, usually customer service, help desk type shit. So yeah, it's something new. Because I was talking to that counselor, ironically, after my massage appointment, and just talking to him and then looking at statistics online, like the medical field is, I think, by far the most in demand field. So I need to go where the jobs are, basically. And it's something different. It's something new. And if I don't end up liking it, it's not a whole lot of money, especially compared to how much I paid for my degree in computers. That if I don't end up liking it, it's not really much of a problem or whatever. Like it wouldn't be like a whole bunch of time wasted. So, and it's something that helps people, you know, like what I'm doing now doesn't really help anybody. I mean, technically, yeah, I guess, but is it enriching anybody's life? Is it making anybody's life better? Is it making the world better? No, not at all. And it's making me miserable, quite frankly, and there's no room for advancement where I'm at currently. So yeah, it's just, I need to do something different. As far as snacks, I haven't been doing that. I've been trying to watch what I eat. So as far as like the whole Japanese snack thing, it's probably going to be put on a hold or whatever. Maybe eventually I'll get back into doing like the weirder ones, but definitely not like I was doing before. It just pretty much promotes me eating junk food, and I don't need that. I already have enough of that without doing that on top of it. So yeah, that's why you haven't really seen me doing that for a while. Yeah. Well, yeah. See, the thing about like what I'm doing now is like, it's really like entry level shit. So yeah, I could find an entry level job doing something else in a field similar to it. So it's not that big of a deal. I could send you a bunch of canned candies. I don't know what that means. Oh, Mexican candies. I would be interested in that. I've wanted to try more Mexican candy. My friend was there maybe a year ago, and I asked her to get me some stuff. She gave me a whole lot of stuff. Like a lot of it was like kind of basic, like the chocolate and whatnot. But yeah, I would be interested in that. Would be cool. Just because I haven't really tried much of that kind of stuff. And it's really not available where I live. Like the Asian candy is, like we have Asian stores around here. So that's a little bit more accessible here, but like stuff like that, like Mexican candy kind of stuff, can't really find it here. Yeah, and the thing about the snackaholic thing is, since I don't eat meat, like conventional meat, just seafood on occasion, what my mind tends to fall back to is like, oh, well, potato chips don't have meat in them, and this snack food doesn't have meat in it. So like, if I'm like at work or something, or on lunch break, it's hard to find stuff like that, stuff that caters to what I'm eating now, like on like a lunch break, because it's all regular meat unless I eat shrimp like every day, which I like shrimp, but it gets old after a while, and then it's expensive too. Like the hibachi I bought the other day was $20. Like that's a lot of money. And yeah, I made 2 meals of it, but still, even $10 a day, like every day, was a lot of money, and it gets old really quickly. So, and yeah, there's salads, but then there was that recent BS with the romaine salad, the romaine lettuce that had E. coli in it. So it's like, and again, salads every single day get old. So I don't know. It's a struggle, and the fallback is like, junk food, and it's bad. Because like I actually tried going vegetarian like a decade ago, and a big reason why that failed is I was doing that. I was like eating a lot of junk food in place of like a proper meal, which is not good. So yeah, I'm trying not to do that. So yeah, because I've actually lost a little bit of weight here recently, because I've been trying to really not eat a bunch of garbage. I just noticed it because like certain clothes that were a little bit tight before aren't anymore. So I am losing a little bit here recently, but like I need to lose a lot more just to be healthy and like the way that I look. So anyway. But yeah, there was a romaine thing. It was like around the time I was in Detroit, ironically. And I found out after Detroit, after I'd been eating a bunch of salads and crap, that there was like this big E. coli break with romaine lettuce. And at the same time, there was an issue with eggs, which I had also eaten like a couple days prior. So I don't know if any of that had to do with how sick I was that weekend. Because like what I felt was, it felt more like a virus than that. But then again, I don't know that I've ever had food poisoning before, so I wouldn't really know what it was like. But who knows? But yeah, it's a little scary. You try to eat healthy and you eat salads and stuff, and then you find out that it literally has shit in it because it's like a bunch of E. coli in it. It's like crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying. I mean, that's all I can do. I've gone on diets before where they really worked, but they weren't sustainable. Like the paleo diet really works. But again, with that, you're eating a lot of meat. And obviously I don't do that anymore, so it wouldn't even really be an option for me. White cabbage. I'm sure we have it, but I don't know much about it. But yeah. I know there's other lettuce besides romaine, but like typically if you're eating like a salad from a restaurant or Panera or wherever, it has romaine in it. So I've been trying to avoid that for a little bit. I did have a salad about a week ago from Panera, and I'm obviously fine. So I don't know if it just didn't have coli in it. I don't know, but I had been really craving a salad, and I said, F it. I had like $1 off coupon thingy, so I took a risk. But it's like probably my favorite lettuce to eat, which sucks. Like arugula and the other stuff is fine, but I like a little bit more crunchiness. So that's where the romaine is good, because it has a little bit of the crunchiness, but it has more nutrients than like an iceberg lettuce, which I like iceberg lettuce too, but there's not a whole lot of nutrients in it. So anyway, Now I'm just rambling about salads. So I'm going to get out of here. Sorry it's not longer. I was kind of thinking it was probably going to be 2 hours long like normal, but I just don't have a whole lot to talk about. And I went through my e-liquid review. Hopefully I can edit it. I don't know. They took away the YouTube editor, which is very convenient. So I have to think of other things to do to edit it, but I don't know. Yeah, tuna salad's good. I really like tuna. I've always liked tuna. Like even because like I didn't really like fish or seafood outside of, I don't know if I liked shrimp as a kid. But growing up, pretty much the only fish I'd have on any kind of basis is tuna. The E. coli diet works. I'll tell you what, I lost a lot of weight after I was sick in Detroit. Because I didn't really eat much, and I guess I just sweat out whatever. I don't know, because I was sweating a lot. It was weird, and I never sweat ever. But being sick with whatever I had, just every night sweats for like 4 or 5 days. It was gross. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Again, there's no Mix and Vixens tonight because of Mother's Day. So stay tuned next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to check that out. Beyond that, follow us on Facebook. Like if you're in Discord, you can check us out there. And that's about it. Bye.